One of the most important skills in English conversation is ordering food with confidence and clarity.
Because if you can order exactly what you want at a restaurant or cafe, you avoid mistakes, you get better service, and it helps you sound more confident, natural, and clear when speaking.
Our mission today is to help you stop using textbook English and start using the real phrases native speakers use, using simple, natural English you can use in real life.
You'll learn this through a real conversation between Daniel and me, with natural examples, emotions, and everyday expressions of how to get the perfect meal without stress.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speaking First English. I'm Daniel, and I'm here with Emma.
Hello, Daniel. I'm so excited. This is a topic everyone needs, especially me. I love food.
So, Emma, let's start with the basics. A learner walks into a busy coffee shop. They are ready to order. The first impression is crucial. What is the most common mistake they make right at the start?
The biggest mistake is thinking too formally, as if they're writing a letter. They often ask, "May I have a coffee, please?" It's technically correct, but it sounds stiff. It sounds like a textbook. It lacks the natural flow of a real interaction, which is quick and casual.
It is too long and too polite for a fast, casual setting like a coffee shop or a lunch counter. Time is money, and people want efficiency. So, what is the best, most common phrase a native speaker uses? We need efficiency.
Simple. They start with a contraction and use "I'll get," or sometimes just the noun phrase. For example, "I'll get a latte, please," or even just "a latte, please." It's direct. It signals, "I know what I want, I am ready, let's go."
I'll get shows intention. It sounds decisive, like you already know your plan before you even spoke. I remember being in a busy American diner once. I was nervous about my English, and I said, "I request a turkey sandwich." And the cashier just stared at me for a long time. I felt very confused, and the line behind me started getting long. That pressure made me feel very small.
Oh, "I request" is beautiful but completely wrong for a sandwich. You felt confused because the interaction wasn't fast enough. When ordering, speed equals confidence. The cashier probably thought you were joking or maybe even a robot.
I felt like a robot. The energy of the environment was fast, and my English was slow. It was a mismatch.
Exactly. The other common mistake is using "I want," which is grammatically simple but can sound a little too demanding or childish, especially if you forget to add "please." That one word can change the tone from polite to entitled.
That is a great point. I'll get is a soft, polite declaration, while I want can feel like a direct command, depending on your tone. Remember, the goal is always polite confidence.
Let's talk about the tricky part, customization, Daniel. This is where the simple mistakes happen, and emotions like frustration or relief come into play. We need to change something. For example, asking for no cheese on your burger. What is the simple, direct way to say that?
The learner often tries to translate their specific thoughts. I want the burger, but I don't want the cheese on the top of the bread. Please remove the cheese for me. That's too many unnecessary details. It sounds like a long explanation for a tiny detail.
Yes, too complicated. The server doesn't have time for a story. The simple standard phrase is to use, "Can I get that without X?" Or the famous phrase, "Hold the X."
Hold the cheese. That's a classic. I love the word hold. It's an instruction that sounds like you are the boss of your food. It signals familiarity with the restaurant environment.
Absolutely. Using "hold the" makes you sound like a regular customer. I had a funny mistake recently involving "hold the." I ordered a bagel, and I meant to say "hold the cream cheese," but instead I panicked and said "keep the cream cheese."
Oh no, so you asked them to keep it.
Yes, they gave me the bagel and the cheese was still there. I felt really silly because I had confused the instruction. I felt very warm in my face. But when I realized my mistake, I calmly went back and used the correct phrase. "Sorry, can I get that 'hold the cream cheese'? I misspoke."
That's a key moment. You immediately corrected the error using past simple. I misspoke, and a strong command, hold the cream cheese. That's excellent self-correction, showing the listener that even natives make simple mistakes, but the recovery matters.
Story extension, handling allergies and restrictions. Let me share a more serious story about food restrictions. This is a high stakes scenario. Many learners have allergies, for example, a peanut allergy, and they need to be perfectly clear.
This is critical. You cannot be vague about an allergy. Vague means danger.
Exactly. The mistake is asking, maybe this food does not have peanuts? That sounds hesitant, like you're not sure. When dealing with health, you need a strong, clear statement.
What is the strongest, simplest phrase to check for a severe allergy?
You must use the word allergy directly and the phrase, is this safe for? Example, I have a severe peanut allergy. Is this dish safe for me?
That is clear, simple, and gives the server the necessary information to take it seriously. I also think being clear about your dietary choices is important. For example, if you are vegetarian.
The best way to check that is to ask a simple present simple question. Does this contain any meat? Or is this dish vegetarian? It's fast and removes all doubt. Using simple present simple here is key.
Okay, let's move past the food and talk about the end of the meal, paying. This is where different cultures create different English phrases. People often ask, "Can you please give me the check?" or "I want the bill now."
Again, too direct. The most common gentle native phrase is to use a question, almost as a gentle suggestion. Could we get the bill, please? Or simply, check, please. Remember, check is very common in the US, but bill is common in the UK.
And once the bill comes, how do we handle splitting it? Splitting the bill can be very complicated in English.
It is complicated. The learner often asks, can we give you 2 credit cards for the total amount of money?
That's too much math. We need phrasal verbs here.
The simplest phrase is to use the phrasal verb to split up. You look at the server and say, could we split this up, please? Or can we pay separately?
I like "can we pay separately." It's immediately clear and uses simple vocabulary. And if you're only paying for yourself, you point to your items and say, "I'll just pay for these 2 items." That's decisive.
That's decisive. It removes the need for explanation. I felt relief the first time I managed to split a bill correctly in a very large group. It felt like a great victory over complicated math and complicated English.
Part 3. Real-life connection. The moment of truth. Let's discuss a crucial real-life scenario. The food comes, but it's wrong. You asked for no onions, but the onions are there. This is the moment of truth. This is where English learners often freeze up. They feel frustrated or perhaps angry, but they don't know the simple, non-aggressive phrase to fix the problem.
It's a high-stakes moment. They worry about seeming rude. The mistake is apologizing. They say, sorry, but I think I asked for no onions if possible. Stop saying sorry.
Stop minimizing your correct order. Your request was valid. Your feeling of frustration is real, but you must keep your tone calm.
The best phrase is simple, calm, and states the fact with a polite opening. Excuse me, I think there has been a mistake. I ordered the sandwich without onions.
That sounds structured and warm. It removes the strong emotion and just focuses on the facts. It's simple past simple. I ordered. The focus is on the action you already took. This phrase protects your dignity.
And notice the difference between I think there has been a mistake, calm, structured, versus you made a mistake, aggressive, blaming. We're always aiming for the structured, calm approach.
And if the server asks, "What can I do for you?" you give a clear instruction using "could you please" or "could I get?"
You could say, could you please bring me a new one? It's simple, direct, and polite. It protects your dignity and gets you the right food. This is the real practice of fluency, handling problems with simplicity.
Part 4. Teaching Moment. Emma, let's summarize the best native phrases for our listeners. We are focusing on simple grammar, function of vocabulary, and common phrasal verbs used in dining.
We need to teach the difference between the hesitant request and the confident statement across different scenarios.
1. Placing the order, the confident start. Grammar focus, adel, a contraction of I will, for a confident declaration. Say, "I'll get X, please," or "Can I get X?" Advanced option, for a longer explanation, "I'm thinking of getting X today."
2. Customizing and restrictions. Vocabulary focus. Hold, extra, allergy. Simple instruction, hold the X, or with extra Y. Health or dietary, I have an allergy to X. Is this safe? Or does this contain Y? Example, does this contain any dairy? I have a mild intolerance.
3. Phrasal verbs for service and problems. These are crucial for sounding natural. To check on X, to ask the status of something, for example, your food. "Could you check on our soup, please? We ordered it 10 minutes ago." To look over. To examine the menu or the bill. Example, "We need a few more minutes to look over the menu." To clear up. To resolve the confusion or misunderstanding. Example, "Can we clear up the bill? I think there is an extra charge here."
Daniel, reflecting on this, which element do you think causes the most anxiety for learners? The actual ordering or handling the correction and payment?
Handling the correction and payment, absolutely. The ordering is a script. You practice, "I'll get." The problem is unexpected. When the food is wrong, the learner is forced to improvise, and that triggers strong feelings of anxiety and fear of rudeness. That's why the simple phrases like, "I think there has been a mistake," are so valuable. They are a lifeline.
I agree. It moves you from a passive customer to an active, respected customer. For me, the feeling of relief when I successfully pay separately or use a phrasal verb like look over on the menu makes me feel so proud. It's the small, practical phrases that matter the most.
That feeling of belonging is huge. It's the difference between feeling like a tourist and feeling like a local. It gives me a feeling of mastery over the language in a real-world, high-stakes situation.
Exactly. Your language level doesn't matter as much as the confidence and clarity of your essential dining phrases.
Part 6. Conversation Challenge.
Now it's the listener's turn. We have a speaking challenge for you.
This is the moment to pause the video. We want you to practice this essential skill right now.
Your challenge is simple. Talk for 1 minute, imagining you are finishing your meal. You need to ask for the bill, notice a small mistake on the bill, an extra coffee charge, and then ask the server to split up the payment between you and your friend.
But you're not allowed to use "I want" or "sorry." You must use "could we get," "I think there has been a mistake," and "split up" in your 1-minute practice.
Pause the video. Start your timer. Go.
Pause music plays. Welcome back. Let's quickly review the vocabulary from this episode, focusing on the simple, practical words and feelings we use today. 1. Contraction. Simple definition. A short form of a word or phrase, like "I'll" for "I will." Example sentence. Using a contraction like "I'll" is more natural when ordering food. 2. Customization. Simple definition. Changing something to fit your specific needs or preference. Example sentence. Ordering without onions is a simple customization. 3. Hold the X. Simple definition. A common way to ask for an ingredient to be left off your food. Example sentence. Can I get the sandwich, hold the mayo? 4. Frustrated. Simple definition. Feeling upset or annoyed because you cannot change something. Example sentence. I felt frustrated when my food order was wrong. 5. Right away. Simple definition. Immediately, without delay. Example sentence. The server brought the napkins right away. 6. Simple tense. Simple definition. A basic grammar form, like past simple, I ordered. Example sentence. When you correct a mistake, use the simple tense to state the facts clearly. 7. Belonging. Simple definition. The feeling of being comfortable and accepted in a place or group. Example sentence. Using natural phrases gave me a sense of belonging in the cafe. 8. Dignity. Simple definition. The state of being worthy of honor and respect. Example sentence. Correcting a mistake calmly protects your dignity. 9. Vague. Simple definition. Not clear or precise in meaning. Example sentence. If you just say good, your answer is too vague. 10. Aggressive. Simple definition. Behaving in an angry or forceful way. Example sentence. You must avoid an aggressive tone when talking to the waiter. 11. Refill. Simple definition. To fill a drink container again. Example sentence. Could I get a refill on my iced tea, please? 12. Misspoke. Simple definition. Past tense of misspeak, meaning to say something incorrectly. Example sentence. I apologize, I misspoke. I meant to order the small size. 13. Stiff. Simple definition. Not natural or relaxed, formal. Example sentence. Saying, may I have, sounds too stiff in a casual setting. 14. Decisive. Simple definition. Showing that you can make decisions quickly and confidently. Example sentence. Using I'll get makes you sound decisive. 15. Mismatch. Simple definition. A lack of fit or suitability between two things. Example sentence. My formal English was a mismatch for the fast, casual environment. 16. Allergy. Simple definition. A damaging immune reaction to a substance, like peanuts or dairy. Example sentence. I have an allergy to peanuts, so I must check the ingredients. 17. Split up. Simple definition. Phrasal verb. To divide something, usually the cost of a bill. Example sentence. We need to split up the bill between the four of us. 18. To check on X. Simple definition. Phrasal verb. To ask the status of something, like your food. Example sentence. Can you please check on our pizza? It's been 30 minutes. 19. To look over X. Simple definition. Phrasal verb. To examine something quickly, like a menu or bill. Example sentence. We need a few minutes to look over the dessert menu. 20. Improvisation. Simple definition. Making something up without preparation. Example sentence. When the server asked a new question, I had to use improvisation. Part 8. Closing line. We hope this massive lesson helps you order your next meal with total confidence. Don't be afraid to use I'll get.
If you found this episode helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to Speaking First English.
And let us know in the comments what food you'll get next weekend.
Until next time.
Keep it simple, be fluent.